Kids are in bed?
Hold on.
Kids are in bed?
Kids are in bed.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 28 of The Kids Are in Bed. I'm Tim Severson, and this is Jenni Severson. Jenni, looking lovely.
Oh, thanks.
How are you?
Right back at you.
I don't think so. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt.
I like that t-shirt.
Doesn't really fit me.
Oh.
It's a little big. Makes me feel good today. I wasn't feeling...
Oh, good. Yeah, that's a smart tactic.
I got a lot of clothes that don't fit, so...
Yeah.
In a lot of different directions. What's new? What have we been up to?
Oh, geez, Louise. Somehow I'm not prepared for this question.
I spent my weekend filming golf.
Fun.
I bought a gimbal machine for my phone.
A gimbal machine?
It turns out I have a newfound respect for professional golfers because when you walk around filming a bunch of average golfers, you don't get a lot of made shots or good shots, it turns out. It's just a lot of the same stuff I see when I play. So I did that for, 3 days? I was out on the golf course, just walking around taking video.
Yeah. 4 days. 3 days.
3 days. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay. I sold a horse today. Why am I
One of our listeners gave us that horse.
Oh.
She's going to take our $50.
You can split it. Actually, no, we get all of it.
She's going to ask for half, like a finder's fee or something.
No.
Oh.
I don't think so.
Oh.
But yeah, I finally got rid of it. You wanted to put it out for free. And I said, I will sell it. And today I found a motivated buyer that I went and met. And we got rid of a rocking horse.
Okay. So are you going to specify what type of horse? Most people think we probably had a live horse.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Do we seem like horse people?
No.
Why would people think that?
It was a joke. What? What's happening?
I think it was the lack of emotion on your face that really didn't tell me whether it was a joke or bad news or...
Well, keep you guessing. Got to keep you guessing.
You sure do that.
I tie-dyed.
Yes, you did.
That was fun.
There was a tie-dye party.
On our Friends Day Wednesday this week, we tie-dyed.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might like tie-dye.
Okay.
I might be into it.
I haven't seen you wear the shirt yet.
Well, we're wearing them tomorrow.
Oh.
We made them last Friends Day Wednesday.
Gotcha.
We're wearing them
for
the next Friends Day Wednesday because it's our last one with the whole group before 2 of the kids have to go back to school.
Yeah, we're getting back to school.
You have 3 weeks and 1 day before your darling little angel goes to kindergarten.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to talk about that. Especially with the whole bus wrinkle that we're throwing in now. That's going to be a nightmare. And it's going to be a long Wednesday for me. No, it won't. Just the hour.
She's going to be great.
She'll be great.
Yeah.
I will not.
You'll be fine.
She's so excited, but I will do terribly. Terribly.
Oh, I'll stay home and hold your hand.
Well, of course you're going to stay home. What do you mean? You're just going to leave and be like, enjoy sending our kindergartner on the bus for the first time by yourself? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I'm going to go to work.
I know, but just leave at like 7. Be like, well, I don't know. Let me know how it goes.
Some people maybe do.
Oh, for sure. Not people who have somebody like me at home who need somebody to hold their hand.
I will be there to hold your hand.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know. I guess that's it. I don't think we've got anything else going on. So let's jump into it, should we?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Jump into what exactly?
We are jumping in to a time machine and traveling back exactly 10 years to the year 2014.
Sounds like a good year.
We'll find out. We'll see if we decide it's better than for me right now. Did I switch again to 2013 last week or am I still 2012? I think I'm still 2012. I can't remember.
Absolutely no idea.
You're still 2010. I know that.
Yeah.
I'm one of those. So we'll see if 2014 can match the hype.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So the first thing is we'll just kind of get into the swing of things here with just the things that were happening in the world so that we can really bring ourselves back.
Step back into yesterday.
Pre-kids, pre-kindergarten crying for me. And so the first thing I'd like you to do is explain yourself.
Ah! Jesus! Why do you do that? Oh, it's the Coyote Ugly Bar. Oh, that was fun.
That was.
That
We'll get into that. I just wanted to catch you off guard. That was my best way.
Best way.
So we'll flash that picture up and then we'll return to that because that is in the smack dab of something else we're going to talk about from this year. But seriously, this time, 2014 again, non-depressing. Well, this is kind of depressing, but that same trip. We were in Austin, Texas, in that picture. That same trip, that was the actual weekend that the Malaysian airplane just disappeared.
Oh.
And I remember every time I went past the news, it was on. I remember thinking, I'm like, well, they're going to find an airplane. They've still not found that airplane. Where is it, Jenny?
Ever seen Lost?
I have. It's with the smoke monsters and the polar bears.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then this was
sad.
This was also the year that the ice bucket challenge went viral.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Apparently it raised a lot of money. I still am not clear on how it went about raising money because I
think you had to challenge someone. So you either had to do it or donate money.
Oh,
was
yeah.
the challenge.
Yeah.
So that's why so many people were doing it. But a lot of people would just do it and then also donate because they are good people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. I never knew about the donate part.
Oh.
I didn't know that. I don't know if I ever got nominated or not.
You definitely did.
Oh.
You refused to do it or donate, apparently. 100%. I can't remember who did it to you, but I'm certain somebody did.
Huh.
And you were just like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Well, remember, because it was before technology had increased enough and people would film it with their phones and the quality would just be garbage. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, I think I see a bucket and somebody getting wet in that video.
Oh my God, it's so cold. I don't prefer that.
No. I just saw an article about that the other day. I don't know what it was. Or maybe it was just about ALS in general. I can't remember. But I remember my thought was...
I definitely would have guessed Alzheimer's if I was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire of what was the Ice Bucket Challenge. I knew it started with an A. I would have got that wrong.
Oh, man. All right, moving on. These are celebrity and pop culture events. We'll rifle through these.
All right.
This is when Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin consciously uncoupled.
It was a hard time for all of us.
We only know one real-life human being that I think also used that term.
Who was it?
You know who it is. I'll tell you later.
Oh, I gotta know. I got to know.
Jesse Bingen. Didn't they use that?
Oh,
no?
Yeah.
I don't know why I think I can't do that because I can edit.
Yeah. Well, it's just easier.
Yeah. This was the Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian broke the internet with a picture. Do you remember this picture? I forgot that I was going to ask you that.
Was it the dress that looked like a couch?
No. I think this is the one where she was popping a bottle of champagne and it was going over her head and landing on her gigantic rear end.
Oh, I don't think I ever even saw that. I don't think I've seen it.
Huh.
It's not really, I just never really got in on the whole Kardashian craze.
No, we certainly were never involved in that at all.
Yeah.
This was also the year Ellen DeGeneres took the selfie at the Oscars in 2014. Mm-hmm. That one was a big deal.
It was a big deal.
I know it was a big deal, but I don't remember why it was a big deal.
It was just the most famous selfie that had ever been taken.
But why?
All the famous people in it.
Oh,
there were so many.
It was just like
all the famous people in one selfie.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Nobody likes Ellen anymore.
Turns out you got to be nice to people.
I don't think she's mean to people. I think she's gotten a bad rap.
Okay.
This was when Taylor Swift's album 1989 came out, and this was when she shifted from country
to pop. She is crossover.
Yep.
Following in Shania Twain's footsteps.
Yep.
It's a tough crossover.
Did Shania Twain ever do that really though? I mean, she was just like pop country before pop country really existed, but she never rebranded completely and said I'm a pop star now.
No, but Taylor Swift was like kind of in that same vibe before she went like full pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly. Yeah, I think all of Taylor Swift's music was kind of that more pop country. She didn't really talk about growing up on the farm or,
fishing.
Yeah. I don't know that I don't know if she has a single song that utters the word tractor. And I think you have to say tractor to win a CMA.
She definitely didn't.
I know.
I bet she does say tractor in one of her songs.
Oh, yeah. Just at the very end.
Somewhere.
Like the last.
Tractor.
Tractor. and the CMA goes to
Taylor Swift.
This was also the year Serial, the podcast, came out.
Oh my God.
Adnan Syed. We got into an aggressive debate about that one night in our kitchen in Maple Grove.
We got into such a debate about it escalated outside of the series and into the judicial system.
Oh yeah.
Our debate was not about the series.
No. I don't even remember
the judicial system.
I kind of remember it, but but that do you remember? I mean, I think it was because we were sitting at the kitchen table listening to the last episode.
We totally were. We totally
like it was the 20s. We were just like hanging out, listening to the radio. Is our program on you? And this is when Solange went after Jay-Z in the elevator.
Oof.
About Becky with the good hair.
Listen, get it, girl. I support.
So there we go. That's what's going on.
Okay.
In 2014.
I'm set.
Let's talk about movies. Box office. Are you ready for the box office game?
Okay, ready.
If I were a betting man,
okay,
I would bet against you on this one.
All right. Ooh, hints.
I questioned saying that because I knew you would say that's a hint, but I think you'll hear the list and I don't think you'll find out that was helpful.
Okay.
On the list, we have Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
Okay.
The Lego Movie, the Guardians of the Galaxy, American Sniper, The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1.
Well, I feel like you are just trying to throw me off the scent. American Sniper is rated R. I'm pretty sure.
It's got to be.
So I can't imagine it's American Sniper. Hunger Games, Lego Movie, Captain America. What was the last one?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh.
2 Marvels.
It's Guardians of the Galaxy and Hunger Games are 1 and 2. It's my guess.
Which one's 1?
I am just narrowing down, explaining my thought process. Give me a minute.
Okay.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's incorrect.
It's Hunger Games?
Nope. Also incorrect.
What? It is not Captain America.
Nope, it isn't.
It's the Lego Movie?
Nope, it isn't.
It's not American Sniper.
It is American Sniper.
It's not American Sniper.
It is American
No, it's not. That can't be.
It is. American Sniper with 350 edged out Hunger Games, Guardians of the Galaxy, Winter. So you had the order right. It's just American Sniper.
Dang it.
Took you for a ride. Even with my hint.
I am surprised by that.
I was very surprised by that too. Very surprised.
Is this one of those weird things about the year, like when they came out? Anyways, it doesn't matter. Fine.
I don't know. I didn't go that
failed.
deep.
Dang it. Stump me.
Shall we move on to the Academy Awards of 2014?
Let's do it.
All right.
And the award goes to?
Well, the award went to Birdman or the
unexplained
virtue of ignorance. That's it. You knew the whole thing. American Sniper, Boyhood, The Grand Budapest Hotel, The Imitation Game, Selma, The Theory of Everything, and Whiplash.
Yikes.
It's a good list.
That is a good list.
I think this is the one list of nominees of all of the Academy Awards where I've seen every single movie.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think the reason is we went to a handful of them on our own at the AMC by our house in Maple Grove. We put our own day together and went and saw, I think, 4 of them. Selma and American Sniper for sure. I don't remember the other 2 that were on the list. Might have been Birdman, but I can't remember. But the Academy comes to you.
Did anything else happen that you would care to share with the audience when we went to those movies? Were we sneaking?
Well, we only snuck into one. 3 out of 4. We paid for 3 out of 4.
Just kidding.
I
We
think-
paid for all of them.
Now, the Academy comes to you, Jen, and says, who should win? You get to decide.
Yeah. Oh, yikes. Okay. Well, here's the thing about these movies. They're all quite good, actually. I know you hate Boyhood.
I do.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was very interesting.
Wasn't that? The concept was great. But they were like, hey, we came up with a good concept. Let's not write a story at all.
So I actually think that's what makes it great, is that the concept is cool, yes, but what's actually great is the story is just a normal kid's life. Nothing traumatic happens. It's literally just a kid growing up.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But that's why, we don't go watch family movies in the movie theater. I don't want to see somebody's boring life. I want to see conflict and trauma.
Oh, see, I don't like conflict and trauma.
Or big moments, happy moments.
I thought it was interesting that I was engaged and interested the whole time.
That is interesting because
Waiting. I was
was
engaged and
thinking
interested.
about everything else.
Waiting, kind of almost on the edge of my seat, waiting for danger.
Yeah.
Something bad's going to happen. What is it? What's going to happen? But nothing bad ever happened. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, thank you. Thank you.
Maybe I don't like that movie because it's what you just described is how I live my everyday life.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Who wins the award?
Oh,
Birdman won a decade ago. Who do you give it to this year?
I have to say that I love Imitation Game and I love Whiplash. But I would have given it to Birdman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a good movie. I would go Birdman, then Whiplash for me is 1B.
You do love Whiplash.
I do. I've watched it a million times. I love J.K. Simmons. I love Miles Teller. It's a good movie. It's funny.
It is funny.
And it's so, for me, it's such a good examination of, there's this kind of thing where it happens in golf a lot for sure, but I think it happens in all sports or anything that requires, massive talent like that, like drumming, is people think that people are just born and they're drummers. And this shows you no, it's all he wants to do.
Yeah.
Is drum.
Mm-hmm. There's natural talent, but it's mostly just sheer determination.
Yeah.
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 Because you know how to get to Carnegie Hall, right?
Nope.
Practice.
Oh, practice. Got it. Guess I'm not going.
Were you trying to think about where it was? Oh, man. A couple other notable movies. Guardians of the Galaxy. We talked about that in the box office a little, but we mentioned that it came out. We really enjoyed that movie. But then I don't know if I've seen the second one. But the soundtrack of that first movie is good stuff.
It's amazing.
Good stuff. The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. I realized today I have not seen the last movie of the Hunger Games.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry. What? Sorry.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I mean, I know what happens. I don't know why.
What? That cannot be true.
It absolutely is true.
What?
I know we saw this one in the theater, but I did not see the second one.
Why?
I don't know. I'm just telling
That was
you a fact.
dumb.
I know what
Why?
happens. What does it matter? I know what happens.
Well, why go to any of them?
The first couple movies were really
Why
good.
go to a movie ever? It's for enjoyment. It's not because you know what you want to see what happens. You're like, oh, I really want to see what happens.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. Somehow those
That's not why
movies.
you go to movies.
The movies lost me. Like it. I don't know. My apologies.
I'm upset about this, and we're gonna have to watch it.
Okay. Another movie came out this year called Interstellar. Have you heard of it? We've talked about that quite a bit, I think.
It's my favorite movie of all time.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Boom!
Just watched that recently. Not even because of this. I just turned it on. God, that movie's good. Big fan of that. I don't know why. I actually had the feeling. Do you remember knowing adults back in the day who really liked the original Planet of the Apes movie? How'd you feel about those people?
Oh, they were weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got scared.
Oh, no.
I was like, oh, God.
Dude, it's you. You. Oh, no. Chin up, old sport.
Okay. Maleficent?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love Maleficent. That's a good movie.
I haven't seen the whole thing.
What?
I won't stop saying what.
Sorry, I just am surprised by all of this information.
Gone Girl? One of the best adaptations I think that's ever been done.
I think.
Relative to
Did she do her
Hunger
own
Games.
adaptation?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen ever.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
She did an amazing job. That movie is so true to the book.
Yeah.
It's one of the few instances where I feel like I would say to somebody, if they ask me, should I watch it or read it? I'm like, pick. Or do both. But it doesn't really
Do
matter.
both.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
The Fault in Our Stars.
Somebody get the tissues.
I don't know if it was this trip. At some point, we listened to The Fault in Our Stars, like the audiobook. And man, oh man, did that book tear me apart.
Yeah. We listened to Gone Girl, too, on a trip.
It sounded like you were saying a name. I was like, who's Willis and Gonger?
What? What? We listened
To Gone Girl.
to Gone
Yes,
Girl.
yes.
I don't remember listening to A Fault in Our Stars. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Remember. Got it. Thank you. Recalled. Very sad. You were blubbery.
But I can actually remember they were doing one of the support group. We were listening to one of the support group scenes while we were driving through Chicago. Like I can remember that specifically. Good one. Edge of Tomorrow, but is also known as a different title. They changed they changed the name.
It's very peculiar.
Because was it called Begin Again? There was like another movie that had a very similar I can't remember what it was, but Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt.
Something with a controller. Sorry.
Comptroller. Yeah, that was Emily Blunt and Tom Cruise. I love Emily Blunt. And actually, I like that movie. I thought that was a good movie.
It was fun.
22 Jump Street.
Funny.
Fantastic sequel.
Laughed a lot.
Yeah. Nightcrawler. Remember that with Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yikes.
Jake Gyllenhaal's
Creep Master Deluxe.
Jake Gyllenhaal's got the stuff. He's a good
Of
actor.
a creep master?
Yeah, he can do
Or
that.
maybe he's just a creep master.
No.
Sometimes if you're really good at playing it.
Oh, really? You think that?
No,
Oh.
I don't.
That's it for movies.
Oh, good.
Anything you want to dive into a little bit deeper there? Okay. Songs that came out this year. Happy by Pharrell.
Nice, good.
Featured
Loved
in
it.
Curious George.
Good.
All of Me by John Legend.
Oh, delightful.
Shake It Off by Taylor
Yes.
Swift. That was a tailgate bop for sure. Fancy, Iggy Azalea.
Nice.
Chandelier, Sia. Stop Me When You Don't Like a Song.
Yeah.
Dark Horse, Katy Perry.
How's that go?
I'm trying to get it. All I can hear is Fancy in my head, so I'm trying to...
Oh.
Perfect storm, want your mind. There's no going back. No?
Are you ready for?
Yeah.
Where do they say dark horse?
Coming at you
Oh,
like a
coming
dark...
at you like a... Got it. Yep, good. Okay. Found it. Couldn't hear it.
Let It Go by Idina Menzel.
I mean, come on.
Stay With Me, Sam Smith.
Good.
Timber. Pitbull and Kesha. We'll talk about that one in a minute. All About That Bass.
Oh,
No,
yes.
Treble.
All about that bass.
These are probably ones you don't know. Problem, Ariana Grande. Break Free, Ariana Grande.
Take me to church. I know that one.
My favorite one on this list, what were you looking for?
Sorry.
Go ahead. What were you looking for?
I was going back up. Sorry.
The yawning is out of control.
I'm sorry. I'm tired. It's late. Kids are in bed after all. Chandelier. I feel like we just skimmed over Chandelier like it's not the greatest song ever written.
I said Chandelier, and you went, nice, good.
And then you just moved on.
Because normally you do that.
Oh.
You go, good, nice, or love it, seen it.
I do say that. One of the travesties of my life is that I can't sing Chandelier.
Nobody can.
It brings me
Do you hear what she does to her own voice?
displeasure.
I can't believe that she could tour with that song the way
Yeah.
that she
I try
goes
so hard.
after it. Oh, yeah.
I try so hard.
Yeah, it's a tough one. My favorite song on this list, though, is Bang Bang.
Okay.
Do you remember why?
No.
I did one of my fake facts to you.
No, I don't remember this.
Really?
What is it?
It was during football season, and it was just like very randomly we were driving, and I think I probably just had like the holy buckets, it's
Just
a record.
keep going.
I think it was just like the playlist was playing as we were going, and I don't know why it occurred to me just to try it, but I was just like, isn't it weird that they let this play on the radio? And you were like, why? I'm like, I don't know. It's weird to talk about gangbangs on.
Oh my God, you did do that.
You're like, seriously? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, they called it Bang Bang, but the lyrics are gang bang. It's like strange that they let that, and I just let it go. And then you were telling other people at the tailgate lot, and you got so mad at me.
You're such a bully. Why would you do that to me? A gangbang into the room.
You were
Gangbang all over you.
the look of betrayal on your face when you
Like what? You haven't seen it over and over and over again? You've never seen the
No,
look
I
of
was going to
betrayal?
say I love that look. So that's my favorite song on this list. So
Gross.
for that.
My favorite song on this list is obviously Chandelier because it's the greatest song of all time. But Timber, because
In 2014, we went to Breckenridge, Colorado at one point, and we had a friend whose family had a timeshare at is it a resort still? I mean, it was a resort.
I guess, yeah. I mean,
I don't know what
if
else
it's
you would
a
call
resort.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's called Grand Timber.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And we have a friend, Jenna. I'll say her name. Normally I try not to, but she seemed excited that we were getting to years that she might be involved. But I find that she is very talented at coming up with things like this. And
she's clever.
Now, it might sound a little patronizing because it's really not that big of a leap, but she kind of coined as we were getting ready, that it's going down at Grand Timber.
Listen,
and we sang
it was going down at Grand Timber.
We sang that all the way up until we drove. I think we played the song driving into the resort.
We played the song and sang the song as we drove into the resort parking lot. I think we might have even rolled the windows down. It's going down at Grand Timber. Over and over. We
rented like a big Suburban.
Mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason, I was in charge of the music up front. And my phone kept resetting, and it would go to the top of my playlist by alphabetical order. So it would go ABC by the Jackson 5, which I'm pretty sure I have on there from like a slideshow I made a long time ago. I bought it on iTunes years ago.
That comes on in my car all the time.
And then second in the alphabet was B, and that's Blurred Lines. And so it was just...
Yes, Blurred Lines.
Everybody get up.
We sang Blurred Lines and Timber.
Yes.
For days.
Yeah. It was good stuff. That was fun. That was a fun trip. Mm-hmm. You learn little idiosyncrasies about people when you travel with them. And one that caught my eye as I was going through memories is that when we got into our condo that we were staying at, one of our friends, we were there with two couples, they put their bread in the microwave.
How did I know that's what you were going to say?
Because you were there. You're psychic. How did I not know?
I mean, there's other things you could have been thinking about. I was like, I know this. I know this.
I know this story.
I mean, I don't think we've talked about it since.
Maybe not.
It's not like we're standing around telling this story all the time.
It's true.
Never in my life have I seen bread in the microwave.
And the rationale behind it
was like, I feel like I opened the microwave.
Yeah.
Or maybe not, but in my brain, I opened the microwave and I was like, why is the bread in here? Like, what is happening?
Well, I remember I said to him when he was doing it, because we had already gone to the dispensary in Breckenridge, but we hadn't consumed any. And he was shoving bread in the microwave. I'm like, are you high already? Just English muffins, bagels, bread, hot dog buns, hamburger. I mean, we have a picture. So, I mean, it was jam full.
We have a picture?
Yeah, I took a picture because it's the craziest behavior I've ever seen. I was like, what? And then the rationale behind it was like, well, otherwise it's just out and cluttering everything up. I'm like, yeah, but when you want to use the microwave, you have to unload the groceries again. Like, why do a job once when you can do it 100 times? I always say.
I feel like somebody said too, I can't remember what it was, but didn't somebody say something about like moisture or something? Like that it was actually like
like it's like a built-in bread box kind of situation. The pre-tied bags seem to do a pretty good job on the grocery store shelves. Ugh.
Okay. This trip, though, was also when we made the really fun game while we were grilling of trying to see how close we all could get to a minute.
Yes.
Because it had something to do with we needed to, like, flip the burgers or something. We needed a 1 minute mark. And everyone was like, somebody said...
It was because we, as the males of the group, went out to go start the grill. And we put meat down. and none of us brought phones with, and none of us had watches. And so I was just like, how long do those need to be on for? And it was like 8 minutes or whatever. And I'm like, okay, how are we going to know? And then we just started talking about, can you accurately count to a minute?
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys came out, and then we all played the game. And some of us were so short, and some of us were so long.
Turns out it's actually pretty hard.
Especially in Colorado. The altitude, you're so high up
Really
there.
gets you.
So high up there. Yeah, that was super fun. That trip was amazing. You wouldn't think going to Colorado in the summer, or going to the mountains, I guess I should say. Like, it would be like, isn't everything kind of shut down? Breckenridge was a blast.
Well, it was the 4th of July.
I know.
It was freaking America's birthday. Yeah. It was a celebration.
It was so fun.
It was really fun.
We had a great time.
I missed my 10-year high school reunion.
Shoot, how was your 20?
Missed that one too.
10 years.
Yeah.
Or do you start? When does it start going by like 5? I don't want to talk about that either.
Anyways, but you know what's really weird? That trip to Breckenridge was like our 3rd trip that year.
4th.
Really?
I think so. Yes.
We went on a lot of trips in 2014.
Yeah, we did. Let's go earlier in 2014. Our first trip of that year was down to Texas.
Texas,
the Sunshine State.
I'm going to say it. I don't really like Texas.
No.
It was I didn't really. I like my friends that live there. I like people.
It
wasn't really my jam.
I don't know who I was talking to about this recently, like in the last couple of months, but I said like, oh, I don't really like Texas, but Austin was awesome. You should check out Austin. And as I said it, I was like, that was a decade ago. I don't know what's going on in Austin anymore at all.
That's true.
I don't know if Austin's still fun. I mean, a lot of people have moved there from California, and so I think that's caused some issues.
Yeah,
It's a little different.
It's the same as when we went. And that's true. When I said I don't like Texas, I think maybe what I meant was I didn't like Dallas.
Yeah.
Because I did like Austin a lot.
Well, we liked one city in one of the biggest states in the union. Remember that drive from Dallas to Austin?
It was long.
There wasn't anything of note.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything.
Waco.
There was Waco and University of Baylor. That was a fun distraction from everything else. But February, it's all.
And we drove separate.
Yeah.
This isn't really our style. We usually are together always.
Yeah.
So, but the decision made by the group was that this was different couples than Breckenridge. We were with 3 couples in Breckenridge. We were with 4 couples in Texas.
Yeah. Yep.
But no overlap.
Right.
The girls would drive in one car and the boys would drive in another car.
Yeah.
So we spent,
4 hours.
4 hours in completely separate cars from each other.
Yeah.
I missed you.
I did too. I had a really good time in my car. Sorry about your car. I think we laughed the whole way. But Austin was fun. I can't remember what hotel we stayed at, but we stayed in the cheapest hotel during South by Southwest we could find. I think it was still $200 a night, and it was like a Hampton Inn or something like that. Mm-hmm. But we, one day when we were walking through the lobby, they had like a display of coconuts for some reason. So we stole a coconut.
Who's we?
Not you.
I didn't steal a coconut.
Me and my friends, my car mates, as it were. We found a coconut and broke it open, and we actually drank the water out of it, and then we put vodka in it. So it was a super good idea. We have pictures of you with that coconut in the lobby.
I loved it. You know what I did in 2014? 2013 was when I ran my first 5K. In 2014, I started running like a couple 5Ks. I had a little runners club with my girlfriends. You remember this? JJT run.
I do. I guess I'm just confused about the segue.
Yeah, just hold on.
Oh, okay.
This is JJT Run TC.
Yes.
We ran 5Ks. We ran a 10K.
Uh-huh.
And we ran a 5K in Minnesota in February.
Uh-huh.
We were like legit.
Yes.
We were supposed to run a 5K the weekend we went to South by Southwest.
Ah.
So my running mates were running a 5K. And so I was like, I'm going to run a 5K in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
And our friend who we were going with was also a runner. So I was like, would you run a 5K with me? And she was like, no, like we're going to be on vacation. So, but I was like resolute. I was going to get up that morning before everybody else and go run a quick 5K so that I could be like in camaraderie with my girlfriends. And instead I drank vodka out of a coconut.
Yes. It was the right move.
I was so convinced that I was going to run a 5K by myself in Austin.
You would have been made fun of mercilessly if you would have gotten up and run a 5K on that trip.
The other thing I really remember about that trip is that one of our friends made like fun of me for bringing a robe. Because I packed a robe. And she was like, why'd you pack a robe? And I was like, because I want to wear a robe. And she was like, never seen somebody pack a robe before.
How'd you pack a robe? Because my suitcase was at 49 pounds and I needed to get it to 50.
She was so surprised. Were you just walking around this room in a robe
I don't
before?
remember that. We went downtown, which was I love just the concept of South by Southwest, going into different bars and different music being played everywhere. There's like all sorts of different stuff. But we went to a free concert. Actually, that's my one regret of that trip, is that me and one of our other friends were the only people who were interested in Childish Gambino, and he was putting on a free concert in the park in Austin. And we went and we stayed for most of it, but part of the group was like, I don't care about this music. Let's go do other things. And so I wish we would have hung out there longer and watched more of that show.
Oh, I remember being there for a long time.
Were we?
It was far. It was a far walk.
It was a long ways away.
It wasn't where all the rest of the jam situation was. We had to walk a long ways to get there.
Yeah. Yes.
And I think maybe people just like wanted to get back to the main drag.
Probably.
But I don't think we left early.
No, probably not.
Oh.
No.
It's amazing how quickly you just...
I don't know. There was something off.
We were
about
far
it.
away too.
Yeah.
We didn't get there early.
That was what it.
So
nobody
we were so far
really
back.
wanted to work hard to get into the mix.
Yeah.
It was like,
So we were at the. We were.
And I think I to be
outskirts.
I think I was one of those like I could take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Looking back, I wish I would have taken advantage.
Yeah. I mean, you were there.
Cool
You
concert.
saw him.
Yeah. I did see him. I did. Let's see. I had one other thing about that. Oh, we went. That was our first trip to Topgolf.
Oh yeah.
And we went to the original
in
Topgolf.
Allen.
Yeah, the OG.
Yeah.
And I got sunburned in February. on just the one side of my face that was facing out the back where the setting sun in February was. And it was like a perfect line down my face. Yeah.
Sorry that happened.
Yeah. So we did that trip. Then from there, let's see, what was our next trip? We went back to Winnipeg this year for our anniversary.
In search of the Argentinian steakhouse.
We went out to see my sister in Maryland for the Kentucky Derby.
Oh, yeah, that was
spring.
Fun.
We flew out there.
We're all over the place.
I don't remember exactly, other than just to visit. There wasn't a specific reason that we went out there, was there? There wasn't.
We went out for the Derby.
Yeah, but I mean, like a family. There wasn't like, I don't know, a baptism or anything like that.
I think it was just to go to the
just
Derby.
To go. Yeah. Which makes that year
to watch the Derby on the TV.
Because we went February, Austin, May, Maryland, June. We went to Winnipeg. You also had a bachelorette party that year. You went to Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
Then we went to Colorado for 4th of July and went to New York at the end of July. So that's what you can do when there are no children in your
My
life and you have
God.
disposable income.
How many trips is that? Were we rich? What? How do we pay for all that?
The $30,000 in childcare. We were saving money. Not only did we take those trips, we were aggressively saving money so that we could have a child soon.
Oh my gosh. Which one of those was your favorite? Which was
Trips?
your favorite trip of 2014?
Man, they all have. I think for my overall like best trip, I think it was Breckenridge, just because I didn't think I could have fun in the mountains in summer, and it turned out I had a lot of fun up there.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. That was such a fun trip.
Yeah, we had so much fun out there. Yeah, this is a good trip. It's a good trip. We did that was the year. What?
I just can't believe we went on all those trips in like
know.
6 months.
And we hosted dinner parties. We don't do that anymore, but we used to try really hard to host dinner parties and have people over.
It's
but
because there were no
I
children.
know. That's what I'm saying. This is why at the time I was like, I don't think I want to have kids. This life is pretty great. So, yeah.
We did host dinner parties all the time.
We would set the table.
I loved the tablescapes.
Yes, we would get it all put together. I made a beef Wellington. We put
You would cook.
yeah.
I
I
would present.
Yes. And then we would both host. We're good at that.
Well, it's been a minute.
We could still do it. No problem. Remember your birthday party last year? You saw a wild...
Got what I need.
It's true. You saw a wild animal in downtown Minneapolis. Not a wild animal. A non-native animal in downtown Minneapolis that year. Do you remember?
So I thought you were talking about the dog in Chicago.
No.
There was a dog
Yes.
in Chicago.
Do you have that picture?
A wild animal.
Wild was wrong. A non-native to the United States animal.
A non-native.
It wasn't wild.
Can I have a hint?
I think we were at Bulldog in Northeast, and you forgot something that you needed. I don't know if it was your ID or your phone, something like that, or charger. I don't know. You had to go back to our friend's apartment, and you were gone. Definitely a charger, because I couldn't get a hold of, or I can't remember. It doesn't matter. You were gone for a long time, and I was like, what happened? What's going on? Where is she? Why? How could she not be back? And then you walked in after a long time. And you always come in like, nothing could ever be the matter. And I'm like, where have you been? And you're just like, I saw an elephant.
Ah! An elephant! I saw an elephant! I did see an elephant.
You did.
Yes.
You did.
I had to walk all the way back across the bridge to get my phone. I left my phone at his apartment.
Yes.
And on the way back to the restaurant, I saw a full live elephant.
That's what happened. You forgot your phone. You went back and got it. You saw the elephant. You took a picture, and then your phone died. And then you like hung out to look at the elephant. And I couldn't get in touch with you, and I didn't know where you were or what was going on. That's what it was. But yes, you did see an elephant. So there must have been some, it was all dressed up. So there must have been some sort of event or celebration.
It's the only time I've ever seen an elephant in downtown Minneapolis.
Yeah, we didn't believe you.
I was screaming it. I saw an elephant.
And your phone was...
I saw an elephant.
And that's what it was. Your phone was dead and you couldn't prove it. And we were like, sure you did.
Oh my God,
sure.
you guys are making me so mad. I'm like, I did see an elephant. I did.
You threw an amazing engagement party that year? You and our friend Jenna?
Oh, yeah. We are so good at hosting parties.
You are.
We should really start hosting parties again.
Yeah. Just got 14 more years. And the highlight of my year, though, was, and I've wrote about this, was we were in Brainerd I think we were there for Street Fest, but I can't remember exactly what I was doing in Brainerd, but I was in Brainerd. You were not there. And I went to the bar after like morning drinking. I don't know why. We started early. And so it was middle of the afternoon and I was gonzo. And I needed a break. So I went to Holiday and got like a Gatorade and probably some other things. And went back to the bar, stayed the rest of the night. And then I got home on Sunday and I was talking to you. And I was like, guys, so weird. I have this sense that like somehow I interacted with a bird, but I have no memory of this. And you were like, oh, weird. You know you are. You never want to engage in these things with me. It's just like the cupboard talk the other day. And you told me to text the friends I was with. So I did. And I was like, do you guys have any recollection of me being anywhere near a bird at any point? And they were like, no, absolutely. I'm like, I have this, like, I feel like I held a bird. And they were like, you did not hold a bird. What are you talking about? A couple of days went by and we were laying in bed and I'm scrolling through my pictures and saw a picture of myself. And I'm like, what is that? And opened it up. And there I am holding a bird in my hand. My eyes a little lazy, so I understand why I don't remember. But somehow I tracked down a bird, grabbed it, and held it, and took a selfie with it, and then went back to the bar and told nobody. Didn't feel like it was something to tell anybody. Just went on with my day and then found that picture. So I still don't know how I caught a bird. I have no...
I'm guessing it was wounded.
That's what everybody says, but it looks pretty angry with me. But maybe it was just wounded. You think it was just laying on the ground?
Mm-hmm. I think you found a wounded bird.
I think it snatched it.
Oh, God. Jesus. Yikes. I was in Chicago weekend.
Yes.
That's why I wasn't there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you were at a bachelorette party.
Because that was what I thought you were talking about with the dog. Because while you were taking a picture with a bird, I was taking a picture with a dog in Chicago. And I was like, we were both taking pictures with animals at the same time. What's this mean?
I was going through your bachelorette, like just scrolling through the pictures and a video came up and I'm like, man, I haven't seen a video from there, but it was like clearly at a club. Like I could tell it was like lasered kind of lights. I'm like, oh, interesting. I wonder where this was, what was going on. And so I hit play and the lasers are on screen for about a minute and then your phone goes right into your purse and it is 5 minutes and 30 seconds of you inaudibly talking to your friends in the bathroom. And then the last thing you hear before the video ends is, why don't we just Google it? And then you pull out your phone and the recording stops.
Nice.
We have so many of those. So many like 20-minute videos of just blackness of you just walking around with your phone recording. So funny.
Oh, that was a really fun bachelorette party, but like more people could go than were expected. So must be real tough.
Because you drove.
Too many friends.
You drove to that one, right? You had a rough ride back, right?
That is the
That's okay.
last time I promised myself I would never again drive to Chicago. Yeah. We drove. I think there was like 5 of us that drove. And we stayed at a hotel separate from the Airbnb because the Airbnb, it ended up being that there was too many people said yes, that the Airbnb wouldn't hold everybody. And it was a super cool Airbnb in Old Town.
Yeah. It was,
like a apartment or like I don't know what it's called. Yeah. Like an apartment up above a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really cool. And it had a rooftop.
Yeah.
Well, there wasn't enough room. And it was like a friend who had all these friends from like different eras of her life. And we were like the 5 that we all know each other.
Yeah.
We'll go stay. So we went and stayed at a hotel a couple blocks away.
Sure.
I don't know why that was part of the story. Sorry.
Oh,
Was that part of the story? Oh,
you're telling the story. I wasn't there.
We had a great time. Just, really, really had a great time. But I know why. Because we had to walk a lot. We had to walk a lot because we had to walk from our hotel.
Which was perfectly fine
Airbnb.
For you guys because you were runners.
Yeah, we were runners.
That was fine.
We were great.
Yeah.
We were in heels. I think. Yeah. But it was definitely, I don't think Minneapolis bars at the time could stay open so late.
No, I still don't think they can.
We were out until 5 a.m, like at the bar. It was like 5 a.m, and we were still out. And I was like, I don't think we're supposed to be here anymore.
We did that when we were there. Don't you remember that? You were walking around downtown Chicago in your bare feet, and we went to a breakfast spot at like 4 a.m.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that. Yeah. I don't know. It felt weird to be at a bar at 5 a.m.
Interesting.
I don't know. It felt like...
It's interesting to be at a bar at 5 a.m. and be aware that it's 5 a.m. And
Yeah.
you weren't doing it right. You should not know. That should have been a surprise.
I knew. Yeah. Anyway. Well, anyways.
Was it light out when
we
you
were
got
at
up?
the bar until 5 a.m. And then that was the day we were leaving.
Oh, yeah.
And so we went back to the hotel and maybe we got a couple hours of sleep and then we had to leave. We had to check out.
Yeah.
And we decided to get breakfast at the hotel bar, like restaurant. But I was like, no, not happening. So I was like, but we had to check out of our room. So I was like sleeping on a bench in between like the restaurant and the hotel, just like asleep. And then we drove home and there was some sickness that occurred between multiple. So I wasn't the only person who got sick. At least one other person got sick. And at one point we pulled over so that we both could be sick. But then there was like a big situation and I was sleeping on the floor on the bottom, like where your feet go.
Yeah.
I was sleeping on the floor and my friend was sitting in the seat up above me with the bag. So like I was like underneath of her while she had a bag. I was like trying to sleep, but like right above me. It was a whole ordeal.
I can't imagine.
So then that's when I decided I will only fly to Chicago.
Okay.
Have
we I guess we haven't driven there since.
No. Committed. I will never again drive to Chicago. Like it was the absolute worst.
I could get you to drive to Chicago next weekend.
Yeah, that's true.
Such a lie. I will never. I declare
it's 10 years. I made it 10 years.
Yeah, that's true. That's a long time. But we really, yeah, that's true. We just haven't had any reason to drive out there. I mean, you've driven to Wisconsin Dells.
I said Chicago. I never made an agreement with myself not to drive to the Wisconsin Dells.
Gotcha. Just the full
just
6.
Chicago.
Just the full 6.
Yeah.
Got it. That makes sense. Anything else from 2014?
That's a lot.
That was a lot.
We did a lot that year.
So? I mean, at this point, do you even remember what you liked about 2010?
No, but I like the way that I felt remembering it.
Mm-hmm.
When I was remembering 2010, I felt real joy. When I'm remembering 2014, I'm feeling like in awe that we did all that stuff.
And are you also a bit in awe that it was a decade ago?
So Jude is 8.
Who's that?
He's the child that's sleeping. The one who ruined all of your fun.
Got it. Yes. That one. That piece of shit. Fuck that guy.
So yeah, because I've been thinking about that this whole time and I was like 10 years ago. Wow, that doesn't seem possible. But then Jude's 8 years old. Yeah. So it was only 2 years before we had a kid.
Yeah, but those 8 years have happened very quickly.
Those 8 years.
And I'm not a fan of how fast those 8 years have gone.
Yeah, I know, baby.
So you're going to stick with 2010?
2010.
I'm going to stick with my previous entry too. I do like this year. This is a great year, but yeah,
it's
I
almost
agree.
like we did too much.
Yeah, that's living with you. It's just always something
Oh,
else.
sorry.
You only say no to me. You say yes to everybody else. You ever notice that?
I don't say no to you.
That's true.
When have I ever said no to you? Name one time.
Want to drive to Chicago?
Yeah.
Nice. Well done. I tried to trick you there. Quick on your feet today. All right. So no winner, but a good year to be sure.
To be sure.
2014. Check it out or don't. Should we go check out the kids?
Let's go check on the kids.
See you next week, everybody.